Good evening, y'all. This is your man Deshaun BBN, and welcome back to another edition of the All Cats Everything and Then Some podcast. I'm your host, Deshaun BBN. First of all, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there watching. I hope y'all had a great day, great night. I gotta tell you, I love Thanksgiving. I like being around my family, spending time with the family, just sharing laughs, sharing drinks. It's a good time of the year. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite part about the Thanksgiving meal is the desserts. Now, don't get me wrong, I like turkey, I like ham, but I like mac and cheese, dressing, all that. But the desserts is what's best for me. Because, turkey, I like fried turkey. Fried turkey's awesome, but if it's like oven roasted turkey, it's just, it's good, but I don't like turkey like that. You know what? Next year, I don't know. I might have a crab boil for Thanksgiving instead of turkey. Yeah, I know it's not traditional, but crab boils are freaking awesome, man. But anyways, I love the desserts because there's always something different on Thanksgiving. All kinds of different desserts to choose from. Now, me personally, I love Rice Krispie treats. My aunt, she makes them fresh, homemade, with the marshmallows kind of gushing out of them. It's awesome, very good. I also love pecan pie. I like red velvet cake. My mom makes a really good red velvet cake, and I also like cookies, among other desserts. Now, I don't know about you guys that's watching, but I ain't eating no more food the rest of the day. First, I went to my mother-in-law's house, had some food there. Then I went to my cousin's house to eat with the rest of my family. Yeah, I've had enough food for a day, maybe a day and a half. But yeah, I ain't eating no more the rest of the day. But yeah, Thanksgiving again. Hope y'all having a great day. If you're a Lions fan or a Cowboys fan, you're probably disappointed right now because Lions also the Bears and the Cowboys ended up losing to the Buffalo Bills. And I think the Saints and Falcons are playing right now. I don't know, but yeah, if you're a Cowboys or Lions fan, must suck because your team lost, which is kind of not too shocking, but still kind of shocking because Detroit. I don't know. It seems like the Lions always win on Thanksgiving, and to see them lose, it's just like, wait, what? Detroit lost? Same with the Cowboys. Most years they win on Thanksgiving, but for some reason they just fell short this year. Now, I don't know what their playoff chances are going to be, but they might get in, but they're going to have to win the division because I don't see them getting into the playoffs as a wild card. It's not that I have anything against the Cowboys, but yeah, got a cousin that's a big Cowboys fan, always talking shit about my Titans. So yeah, when the Cowboys lose, I do kind of get a laugh out of it because then I'm like, y'all lost. But anyways, speaking of the NFL, shout out to my Tennessee Titans. We beat the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, 42-20. Now I gotta say, I'm happy to see the Titans finally playing with some consistency. We've won 4 out of the last 5 games. That game against Jacksonville was probably the best game we've played all year. Derrick Henry ran for over 150 yards, had 2 rushing touchdowns. Ryan Tannehill threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. The offensive line only gave up 1 sack, and the defense did their thing. Now, I've always said that the main killer with the Titans is consistency. Like last year, we beat the Patriots 34-13, and then the next week we turned around and lost to I think it was the Colts or the Jaguars. It was somebody that I thought we should have beat, could have beat. And that's always been the common theme with the Titans. They show up to play against great teams, but against mediocre teams, they lay an egg. They don't do nothing. Like, I don't get it. But I'm glad that we're playing with some consistency. Hopefully we finish the regular season undefeated because I don't know if we're going to get into the playoffs as a wild card team. I don't know. Maybe we will, but I want us to go undefeated and win the division, so there's no question about it. But, we got a tough schedule coming up. We've got the Texans twice. We've got the Colts. We got the Saints, the Raiders, and somebody else. Can't remember who it is, but it's probably a team that is trying to fight for playoff positioning. If Houston, I believe, right, is still on top of our division right now at 7-4. The Colts are 6-5, just like we are. The Raiders are 6-5, trying to get into the playoffs as a wild card team. And the Saints, I think their records, I think they're 9-2. I don't know for sure, but yeah, they're trying to get the highest seed possible. So yeah, our remaining schedule is going to be a beast, but we run the ball effectively. Tannehill doesn't turn the ball over. Our defense does their job. We can go undefeated. We can make it happen. So take care of business, Titans. Please. That's all I'm asking. Please just just continue this consistency for me, please. Anyways, moving on from NFL. Actually, no. NFL, there's something I wanted to talk about the NFL. Some expectations, some surprises, and predictions. Now, my Titans, I predicted they would go 10-6. And so far, it looks like they may meet my expectations. I mean, they're 6-5 with, excuse me, 6-5 with 5 games left. They could meet my expectation, or they might not meet my expectation. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Another team that met expectations, I would say, is actually, no, they didn't. The LA Rams, they're a surprise team, 6-5, same record as my Titans. I really wasn't expecting that much of a Super Bowl hangover from the Rams. I figured they'd be on top of their division right now, but stuff, I guess you never know what happens. Cleveland Browns, they have not met expectations. I actually predicted them to win the AFC North, but I'll go ahead and admit it. I was wrong. I bought into the hype with Cleveland this offseason, and sure enough, they made me look silly for buying into the hype. Now, I mean, they're 5-6. They're not completely dead out the water, but I just don't see them making the playoffs, at least not this year. Patriots, of course, they've met expectations. I mean, they're going to win the AFC East. I mean, it's probably the weakest division in all of football. It has been for the last decade or two. So, yeah, that's no surprise there. Patriots winning the AFC East. Ooh, yeah, whatever. Anyways, predictions. I predict that Lamar Jackson will win MVP as well as Offensive Player of the Year. Well, he should. I mean, I don't think there's any question about him winning Offensive Player of the Year, but if anybody other than Lamar Jackson wins MVP, something's up. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't like Lamar Jackson when he played for Louisville, but now that he's not playing for the Cardinals anymore, I mean, I have no problems cheering for him. He's a damn good quarterback. It actually proved me wrong. I thought he was going to struggle in the NFL, but he's doing pretty damn good, and I will say he should win MVP. Now, if he doesn't win MVP, I don't know who is. I mean, it better not be Tom Brady. I mean, nothing against Brady, but he hasn't played like an MVP this year. He's been good, but he hasn't been great. Lamar Jackson will win MVP as well as Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm not really sure. I mean, whoever is leading the league in sacks, or maybe it'll be a DB on one of these playoff caliber teams. I don't know. Super Bowl prediction. Now, before the season started, I would have said the Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl against I probably would have said Patriots Rams, or maybe even the Patriots versus the Seahawks again. But I don't know. I think Baltimore is going to win the AFC, and I think the NFC will be won by Minnesota. Yeah, Ravens, Vikings in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's not the Super Bowl matchup anyone expected, but Vikings are doing great this year. I didn't expect them to be a playoff caliber team, but I mean, they're pretty good on both sides of the ball. Kirk Cousins has played well this year. The Ravens, again, they're also great on both sides of the ball. Lamar Jackson has played pretty well. I mean, we could see an all-purple Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, both teams wear purple, so that's what I mean when I say all-purple. But, I mean, if my Titans can't win the Super Bowl, I mean, I really don't care who wins the Super Bowl as long as that's New England. I'm tired of seeing them win. Y'all don't want enough. Let somebody else win. Damn it. Anyways, enough about the NFL. Just want to dive into social media real quick. Now, if you're a regular Facebook user like me, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen all kinds of trending topics on Facebook. One of which is the I'm gonna tell my kids this is so and so in the picture. Like that trend to me is I don't know. I don't like it. Me personally, I think it's dumb. Now, some of them I've seen some that are actually pretty funny. Like I saw one that had a picture of Delroy Lando. Y'all know who he is? If you don't, have you seen the movie This Christmas? Delroy Lando is in that movie. Somebody had said, I'm going to tell my kids that this is LeBron James' daddy. Now, I thought that was funny because LeBron and Delroy Lando, I mean, if you think about it, if you've seen Delroy and seen LeBron, they do kind of favor each other. They got the same shaped nose, the same kind of facial structure. That one was actually pretty funny. But then I saw one that was like, um, I can't remember who it was, but I was like, that's not even funny. Then I saw one that said, I'm gonna tell my kids that this is the Kardashians, which the funny thing is that actually was the Kardashians. It was them without all their makeup. It was before the surgeries and all that stuff. That one was actually pretty funny. But most of the ones I've seen, they're just not funny to me. But hey, if y'all enjoy it, that's fine. I mean, don't let me steal your joy. I mean, I'm not here to tell you don't post those things because that ain't me. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna be like, man, y'all stupid for posting that shit. I mean, I try to be a positive person. I'm not the kind of person that would take away joy from somebody else. It's just messed up. Another trend is the decade challenge, where people post a picture of themselves from 2009. Excuse me, and then they post a picture of themselves as of this year. Now, I did a picture myself. I mean, if you go on my Facebook page, you can see it. Now, spoiler alert, I pretty much look the same. This is what I looked like in 2009, but without the facial hair. So, yes, I still look the same 10 years later. I mean, 2009, I was 20 years old. Now I'm 30. Yeah. Shocking, right? Most people don't believe me when I tell them I'm 30, but I really am. I mean, I know I got a baby face. I mean, it looks like somebody just threw a beard on me, but yeah, I'm 30. And another trending topic that I've been seeing is Disney Plus. Now, I've been seeing some people post this little screenshot that says, "Oh, I see y'all ain't posting about Disney Plus no more. Your 7-day trial must have ran out." Well, no. My 7-day trial did run out, but I'm still using Disney Plus. I mean, it's my personal opinion. It's worth the $6.99 that you pay for it. Now, I mean, if you don't want it, hey, that's fine. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. I mean, if you must know, I don't have to post about Disney Plus every day. But if you want to know what I've been watching, I mean, I watched both Toy Stories, Bugs Life, Finding Nemo, Gargoyles, the old X-Men TV show that used to come on Fox Kids. I watched Spider-Man. I watched Beauty and the Beast. I watched Snow White. All kinds of classic Disney movies. Oh, I also watched Avengers Endgame. So yes, there's a little bit of something for everybody on Disney Plus. Oh, I also watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So yeah, there's a little bit of everything on Disney Plus. I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you like for those who are against purchasing Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure you'll find something. I mean, if you don't like it, hey, cancel it before your 7-day free trial ends. But all I'm saying is I would recommend it. I mean, I'm not telling you you must do this or else, but give it a try. I mean, it's worth it to me. Just saying. But I can't make you do it, so you have to do it for yourself. All right, now moving on from social media, now I'm going to do the top 10 for the NBA centers. Now, if you've paid attention to my podcast, I've done top 10 for the point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and power forwards. Center is the only position I haven't covered. Now, after this, I would do a countdown of the top 25 NBA players that are currently playing right now. So, let's get into it. Now, with all my other countdowns, there's all honorable mentions. So, my first honorable mention goes out to Hassan Whiteside. Now, Hassan Whiteside, he used to be really good. I mean, I thought he was a borderline all-star caliber player, but I don't know. With Whiteside, it's like he plays when he wants to play. When he wants to do great, he will do great. When he doesn't, he'll just go through the motions. I mean, he's a good center, a good defender, good rebounder, but he just don't bring that same intensity every game. And that's why he's not in my top 10. My next honorable mention is Bam Adebayo. Yeah, if that name sounds familiar, it's because he played for Kentucky. Now that Hassan Whiteside is in Portland, Bam Adebayo is the starting center for the Miami Heat. Now, I like Bam. He's really good. Excuse me. Plays with a lot of energy, good rebounder, good defender. He's not a go-to scorer, but Bam, he'll give you the garbage points, the putbacks, the alley-oops, that kind of thing. Occasionally, he'll knock down mid-range jumpers. Got a decent post game, but he's mostly just active on the boards. But one of these days, we might see Bam Adebayo in the top 10. Next honorable mention goes out to Jonas Valanciunas of the Memphis Grizzlies. I feel kind of bad for Jonas. He started his career with the Raptors, played his whole career with the Raptors. Then they traded him at the trade deadline last year to get Marc Gasol. Toronto goes on to win the championship while Jonas Valanciunas is stuck in Memphis and didn't even get in the playoffs. But I believe Toronto gave him a ring just because of all the years he put in Toronto. I don't know. I mean, he's actually a pretty good center. He's a decent post player. He can knock down threes when he's open. Good athlete. Solid. Oh, I already said solid post player. But yeah, Jonas, good, but not quite good enough for the top 10. Next honorable mention is Marc Gasol. Now, Gasol, he's still good, but he's getting old. I believe he's 35 years old. I don't know how many more years he has left in him, but Marc Gasol, still a good defender, still a reliable scorer in the post, can stretch the floor as a shooter, but he is taking a step back considerably. And I just don't know if he's going to play much longer, so that's why he's an honorable mention. And my last honorable mention goes out to Brook Lopez. Now, Brook, he wasn't always. Now, I always thought, early on in his career, I thought Brook Lopez was kind of overrated. Now, there are some people saying back then that Brook was arguably the best center in the game, which I'm just like, no, he's not. I mean, Brook's always been a good low post player, and he's always been a good shot blocker, but at best, he's just been an average defensive player. He's been an average rebounder his whole career, but Brook's pretty good. I mean, in addition to the low post scoring and the shot blocking, he's a good three-point shooter now at this point in his career. But he kind of had to become a good three-point shooter, or else he'd be playing in China right now. I mean, if you're a big man in today's NBA, you got to be able to shoot the three ball. Now, you don't have to be great, but you got to be able to at least knock them down when you're open. But you can't shoot threes in today's NBA as a big man. You might be SOL. All right, now let's get into the top 10. Number 10, I got a tie between Mitchell Robinson and Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner, to me, would be higher up this list if he was more assertive on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, defensively, he's great. Great shot blocker, defends the pick and roll pretty well. Offensively, he's a good shooting big man, got a nice post game, but Miles Turner don't be assertive on the offensive end. He's, my opinion, he's got the talent to be a 20-point, 10-rebound kind of guy, but he only be scoring like 12, 14 points a night, which, I mean, I guess it's good enough for Indiana, but all I'm saying is Miles Turner could be a lot better than that. I mean, he could be top 5, maybe even top 3 center if he was just more assertive on the offensive end. Now, Mitchell Robinson, I mean, if y'all not familiar with his story, he was a McDonald's All-American. He committed to Western Kentucky. Then he decided he didn't want to play. Then he changed his mind and said, I am going to play for Western. And then he changed his mind again. It's like, I'm not playing for Western. Which, I mean, it was a big, that sucked because I was really looking forward to seeing Mitchell Robinson playing for Western. Now, yes, I am a Kentucky Wildcats fan, but I also show love to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. I mean, I am from Bowling Green. I gotta show support for the home team. So, yeah, I like Western too. Now, I don't know why Western Kentucky fans don't like UK, but it's whatever. But that's fine. Anyways, Mitchell Robinson, he's He's kind of like Hassan Whiteside, pretty good defender, good rebounder, decent post player, gets garbage points. Now, the Knicks, I mean, even though Robinson is a good player, one of the top 10, I mean, the Knicks they're still bad, and they only got, to this date, 4 wins. So, yeah, not really Mitchell's fault, but the Knicks, they need something. I don't know what it is, but if they're ever going to be a playoff contender again, I don't know. They need a new coach, get rid of James Dolan, something. I don't know. All right, number 9, Clint Capella of the Houston Rockets. Now, Clint, again, earlier I said if you're a big man, you got to be able to shoot. Now, excuse me, Clint can't shoot, but what he doesn't have in shooting, he makes up for with his defense and rebounding. Now, if you're a power forward or center that can't shoot threes, you better be a damn good rebounder and a damn good defensive player if you're going to get some playing time. And Clint Capella is that. He is a damn good defensive player as well as a damn good rebounder. Hell, I think he's been top 5 in the league in field goal percentage these last few years. But, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, when you get all your points by dunking, you should have the highest field goal percentage in the league. Moving on. Number 8, DeAndre Ayton of the Phoenix Suns. Now, Ayton is currently serving a suspension of 25 games because he tested positive for some banned substance. I don't know what exactly it is, but Ayton, for me, is number 8. Last year, he was a finalist for Rookie of the Year. He averaged 16 points and 10 rebounds. He showed enough flashes of brilliance for me to say, oh, he's top 10 for sure. Now, Ayton, he could break into the top 5 if he becomes a better defensive player and expands his shooting range. He got a good post game. He could shoot the mid-range jumpers with consistency. He's a good free throw shooter. The only thing he's lacking besides defense is a 3-point shot. Now, if he does that, he could break his way into the top 5. I mean, center isn't exactly the strongest position. I mean, it's actually a weak position, but I think it's just a little bit better than the power forward position. Anyways, number 7, Jarrett Allen of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Jarrett Allen he's probably the best defensive center in the NBA that nobody talks about. He's an excellent rim protector, defends the pick and roll pretty well. He blocked LeBron last year. He blocked Giannis and some other star player. I can't remember who it was, but Jarrett Allen, he told LeBron, he told Giannis that, not today. You ain't putting me on a poster. Jarrett Allen, yeah, if he was a two-way center, hell, he'd definitely be top 5. But he's still young. He still has time to improve his game and potentially break his way into the top 5. Number 6, Nikola Vucevic of the Orlando Magic. Now, Vucevic is in the prime of his career. Although he's not a good defensive player, I mean, I think he might be one of the worst defensive centers in the league, but he's still top 10 because of his defense. Or not defense, his offense, excuse me. Vucevic is one of the better low-post scorers in the NBA. Now, of course, I guess that's not saying too much because a lot of big men in today's NBA don't have a post game whatsoever. But Vucevic is a pretty fundamentally sound low-post scorer. He has great footwork, soft touch around the rim. He can consistently knock down three-pointers. He can consistently knock down 3 mid-range jumpers. He's a good rebounder, a good passing big man. Excuse me. Pretty much the only thing he's lacking is defense. All right, now time for the top 5. At number 5, Andre Drummond. Now, Andre, he's been one of the top league leading rebounders the last few years. I think he's finished top 3 every year for the last 3 to 5 years. Andre Drummond, yeah, he is kind of limited in the post. He doesn't have a jumper, but he's hyper athletic. He's the best rebounder in the NBA, if you ask me. Solid on the defensive end and a pretty good passing big man. Now, Drummond could be higher up, but yeah, 5 is probably about where I'd put him and probably where he'll stay. I don't know. Number 4, Rudy Gobert. Gobert is the best defensive center in the league, maybe the best defensive player in all the NBA. Now, yeah, he's rather limited on the offensive end too, but He makes a big impact on the defensive side of the ball, so that's why I got him in the top 5. Number 3, my guy, another Kentucky Wildcat, Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, yes, I've seen some people on social media say, oh, Rudy Gobert is better than Towns because he impacts the game more. Yeah, I guess you're right. He does impact the game more. Utah has a better record than Minnesota, but individually speaking, Towns is better than Rudy Gobert. And I'm pretty sure if they could switch spots, Utah would be doing just fine with Towns. Hell, they might have a better record with Towns. I don't know. Towns, yeah, he's not the best defensive player in the game, but he ain't the worst either. Defense is one area that was always Towns' shortcoming, but he's actually improved in that area. I mean, he's so far this year he's actually played pretty good defense while still being a force on the offensive side of the ball. Towns, my personal opinion, is the best offensive center in the league. He can beat you off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He's a good shooter from mid-range and from the 3. Good free throw shooter. A good shot blocker. Solid defensive player. He's shooting over 50% from the field and over 40% from the three-point line. Towns is legit. I mean, there's not a center in the league today that is better than Towns on the offensive end. And he's pretty much doing it without much help. I mean, Robert Covington, he's hit or miss. Andrew Wiggins, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. So Towns pretty much has to go out there and ball out every game in order for the Timberwolves to have a chance. And sure enough, he does it. Number 2, Nikola Jokic. Now, Jokic is the best passing big man in the league. He's a better shooter than what his numbers would indicate, but yeah, he's the best player on a young Nuggets team. He's their star player, their franchise player. Because of Jokic, well, of course, he's got help too. Jamal Murray, another Kentucky Wildcat. Gary Harris, a good coach, and Mike Malone. But yeah, Jokic is the franchise player. Yeah. Because of him, they got the second best record in the West. Now, if the Lakers or Clippers don't win the West, it'll be the Nuggets. Who knows? Maybe Jokic will be an MVP candidate this year. I don't know. And the best center in the game, Joel Embiid. Joel, great post player. He can shoot when he's got space. He's an excellent defender, excellent rebounder. Pretty much the only thing that holds him back is durability. I mean, it seems like Joel Embiid is always hurt every other game. I mean, hell, he missed his first two years in the NBA because of injuries. So, yeah. I mean, if he can just stay durable and continue to work on his game, he'll be the number 1 center for a long time. All right, that's that for the top 10 centers. And yeah, I know y'all didn't think I was going to have a podcast and not talk about the UK Wildcats. Well, if you thought that, you were wrong. Yeah, Kentucky. Shout out to the football and the basketball team. Football team beat Tennessee Martin 50-7, and now we're 6-5. We gotta beat Louisville this weekend and go 7-5. Now, yeah, 6-6 will get us into a bowl game, but 7-5 will get us into a better bowl game than if we were 6-6. Hopefully, Kentucky will go to like the Outback Bowl or something, but looks to me, I mean, whether they go 6-6 or whether they finish 7-5. I mean, it looks like they're probably going to go to the Music City Bowl or the Liberty Bowl, which the Music City Bowl is in Nashville and the Liberty Bowl is in Memphis. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Tennessee, but it's cold down there. Excuse me. It's going to be cold in Tennessee just like it's going to be cold here in Kentucky around that time. And, I mean, yeah, I love watching football, but watching it when it's cold outside, I mean, it's not as enjoyable than watching in like in a warm environment. So hopefully Kentucky will go to like a better bowl game than Music City Bowl, but that's what it's looking like. I don't know. Now, surprisingly, we're favored by 4 points to beat Louisville, which, I mean, I think we can do it. We just got to take care of business and not play like shit like we did against Tennessee in the second half, like we did against South Carolina, Mississippi State. We played like shit in those games, and that's why we're 6-5. Now, if Terry Wilson didn't get hurt, we'd probably be 8-3 right now, or 7-4, and not 6-5. But at least we'll have Terry Wilson next year. He'll be healthy. He'll lead us back to a maybe 8-4, 9-3 finish. I don't know, but just continue to get well, Terry. We'll need you next year. Yeah, basketball team. Yeah, we lost to Evansville, but we rebounded just nicely. We beat Utah Valley, we beat Mount St. Mary's, and we beat Lamar. Now, the Utah Valley game wasn't the most convincing win. We only beat them by 8, but then we turned around and beat Mount St. Mary's and Lamar by 20. We shot the three ball well. Against Lamar, we shot 40% from the field, from the 3-point line as a team, and over 50% from the field. Yeah, right now I believe now we're 5-1. Should be 6-0, but shit happens. But looks looks like we're getting back on the right track. Just need everybody to stay healthy. Like, I don't know who unleashed the injury bug on Kentucky, but I hate you. Like, the injury bug just won't leave us alone. First, the injury bug took Terry Wilson out for the season. Then had some other Sawyer Smith got injured and couldn't play, and now the injury bug's affecting the basketball team. I mean, Dante Allen is still recovering from his torn ACL as well as his broken collarbone. Nate Sestina broke his wrist in practice. But there is good news. Nate Sestina is supposed to return in 2 weeks, at the most 3 weeks, instead of being out for 4 weeks or longer. So we'll get Sestina back. I mean, we'll need him. He may not be the best defensive player, but Nate Sestina is a good rebounder as well as a good three-point shooter. Yeah, the injury bug also affected Quickly, Emmanuel Quickly, and EJ Montgomery, both of whom are recovering and have played these last few games for us. Yeah, again, yeah, we're 6-1. Well, actually, no, I think we're 5-1. We'll be 6-1 after we beat UAB. I still think it's going to be a great season for us. I mean, we should, as long as we continue to get better as the season goes along, I think we will go to the Final Four. But we got to shoot the three ball a lot better. I mean, first few games of the year, we sucked shooting the three ball, but these last couple games, we shot over 40%, so that's a good sign. We got to stay healthy, stop getting injured, everybody. Got to take care of business. We can't lose to freaking Evansville again. Now, I know we don't play Evansville again, but our non-conference schedule this year ain't as tough as it used to be, so we got to take care of business. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat, damn it. And we'll be fine. I still think at the most, we'll lose 3 to 5 games, win the SEC, go to the Final Four, maybe even win the championship this year, which will be number 9 for us. I mean, we're catching up to you, UCLA. It's only a matter of time. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. It's your man, Deshaun BBN. Stay tuned for the next episode of All Cats Everything and Then Some. Y'all have a great night.